So yeah, first of all, I think like what everybody said is like, really on target. So I will try not to repeat what everybody's saying. But yeah, the first thing for me, it's a health crisis. So like the basic needs of everybody are shifted a lot in a few weeks. So now we want toilet paper and pasta. But it's really a manifestation of that. And so I think I will try to focus maybe on like maybe smaller operation, but I think you really have to care about safety of your workers. So like, make sure you walk, like respect all the CDC and all the health professional advice, but basically, everybody has to walk at least 2 meters distance. So your shipping station have to be separated. That's one. Gloves, mask. Explain it to your buyers. Like buyers don't want to endanger anybody. They want to know how you're doing things and if it's safe for them, but also safe for your staff and your personnel. Like you can you should not go to the post office anymore. Like that's dangerous for everybody involved. So like print your labels, schedule pickups, organize a zone like for the pickup that is contactless, like maybe in front of your door or of your warehouse, or I don't know how you operate, but basically make sure that like all the exchanges have to be minimized and clearly no contact. And I think it's what everybody expects you to do, but it's super helpful to clarify it. It's like, to take the analogy, it's really what you need to fly the plane today. You didn't need that like 3 weeks ago, but today it's mandatory, and you should really also communicate it to your buyers because it's on everybody's mind. And I think it's very important that you are acting here safely and take care of your own and of your staff. We mentioned also that now shipping and delivery, it's really where e-commerce, it's the real world. And so like we are in a unique position, and everybody now measures the importance of these activities. Before it was like a given. And when the packet was late by 1 hour, it was terrible. So now the world is very different. And I think like we see the importance of this work that was before in the back office, and nobody was really aware of that. In terms of operation, and it's also one of Mark's points, I really think that domestically, I think things are kind of okay. Check with your carriers, obviously, and you should maybe adjust your delivery expectation or delivery promise. So like it's been mentioned before, but try to be as clear as possible in time of crisis. Like, people hate when you're not truthful, bad surprises. So if you can be very clear, and including like, hey, you know what, I'm going to have a 2-week delay. I think it's way better to tell it upfront on your online store than post-purchase. So be very, very transparent. Check your carrier before shipping. Internationally, we see it's a bit chaotic. Some countries are blocking actually imports. So Japan is one of them. So same thing, like maybe you will have to revisit in Shopify world, like your shipping settings and your zones. And also like same thing, be transparent. Don't try to sugarcoat reality for buyers. I think you should be very like, hey, sorry, we cannot ship to that country anymore. Give me your email and I will tell you as soon as it's possible. You refund these orders, and you're very, very clear that you cannot do it. So yeah, make sure you check that before you ship any package to make sure that it can actually reach the buyer. Mm-hmm. Next point is maybe about business growth and survival. So I think like multiple cases here, but it's really about the cash flow engine. So if your only bandwidth was your door, like you're in big trouble. You need to go online as fast as possible. You need to really convert all your buyers that were like in the physical world. You need to bring them into the virtual world of internet. So like that should be your top priority. Like local delivery, like curbside delivery, if you want, like enable it on your store. Now also like before the crisis, everybody was not really careful of where they were buying things. Now we really see the value of having the inventory close to home, because when you see, let's say, Shopify Prime member, you get your packages May 26. Everybody is now looking for an alternative, and the local alternative is way better. So like advertise it, enable it on your site. If you are doing a local pickup, if you are the retail location, so same thing, you can do curbside pickups. Make sure to do that, because it's a safe way to get the good to the buyer. They can take their car, you put them in the trunk, there's no contact, everything is paid before. It's a great way to keep your physical world clientele happy and using the same delivery process they used before. Gift cards also great. So everybody wants to help, and I think we mentioned that you don't want to look desperate. But all birthday, everything now is done remotely via Zoom. So gift cards on your shop, is super impactful and effective, and you can also reach out to all your existing customers, and say, you know what, we didn't have gift card, now we have gift card, and if you have, it will help our business. But more importantly, after this crisis, you can come up to the store and when you're back to normal, you can also bring some message of hope here, because at some point we will go back to normal, and you want to be top of mind for these customers. Cash flow is an issue. I know in North America, small businesses have 27 days of cash flow. So we are going to hit that limit very, very soon. I know Shopify Capital really increases the limits and really, is making everything we can to help you. So yeah, don't wait to be out of cash flow. It's the same. You can easily borrow money when you have money. When you have no money, it's super hard. I speak as a past entrepreneur, having a lot of challenges with banks and bankers. So I don't like them, but I know if you have money, if you're in good place now, ask for money right away, and we'll see later why. But yeah, so I think it's important that think long term. Once you have your plane stabilized, you want to have a flight plan. So that's your flight plan, and reach out to everybody that can help. I mentioned it, but free and fast shipping is not top of mind anymore. That's over. So people are really happy they can get the goods. So I'm not saying increase your prices and so on, but expect that your suppliers will ship to you. It will be more expensive. So a lot of carriers started to increase their prices, so it will cost you more to get your goods. And then decide whether you want to share that cost with your buyers or not. But think about it short term and long term as well, because yeah, fast and free is not a thing anymore. You should consider that. My last point is really tied to a notion called anti-fragile. So it's a book, but it's also one of Shopify core principles that in terms of crisis, you have a lot of learnings to do. And to be honest, nobody knows what to do. It's really something you will have to figure out by yourself. And I think I really love GB. It's a scientific method. You need to experiment. You need to try things. And for that, you need money, okay? Because it's not free. You need to try new things, how to reach out to your local customers. Do you use Facebook marketing? I don't know. Do you put, I don't know how to do it. But yes, clearly think everything you're doing now as an experiment, and try to see what's working, what's not working. So, and then, things like meetups and panels are super helpful, because you can learn from others that, experimented and had good success. It will not necessarily work for you, but I think it will give you great direction and great ideas to explore, so that you can really, go through that crisis. And I think ultimately the principle of anti-fragile is each time you have a crisis like that, all the survival are way stronger and will really thrive after the crisis. So thank you.
Yeah, Ben, thank you so much for being here and for sharing